When Black Hawk Down hit theaters in 2001, critics called it gritty, realistic, and patriotic. But beneath the explosions and heroics lies something else. A story told through the lens of empire. When you look closer at what the movie includes, excludes, and invents, a clear pattern appears. A failed intervention rewritten as a myth of American heroism. The movie begins in chaos, but never asks why Somalia was in crisis. After dictator Siad Barre's fall, civil war, famine, and US interference collided. Operation Restore Hope began as supposed humanitarian relief, but by 1993, US airstrikes had killed civilians and fueled Somali anger. As researcher Alex de Waal wrote, humanitarianism became militarized aid wrapped in armor. When that history is erased, Somalia becomes chaos without cause, and America becomes the reluctant savior. The film ends with Americans fighting their way out alone. But that's not what happened. The real rescue was a UN multinational mission. Malaysian armored carriers, Pakistani tanks, and US 10th Mountain Troops breaking through the city. 2 Malaysian soldiers died that night. None of this appears in the movie. Leaving it out keeps the myth intact. America as the lone hero, unassisted, unstoppable. In Black Hawk Down, Somalis are never people. They are only silhouettes in a scope. No names, no language, no grief we can recognize. Film scholars Ella Shohat and Robert Stam call this the ethnocentric gaze. Stories where the West sees, defines, and speaks for everyone else. As one critic put it, war movies decide what we're allowed to see. The camera tells us whose pain matters. That's not an accident. It's emotional choreography. Empathy engineered to flow one way. The US Department of Defense supplied Black Hawk Down with helicopters, advisors, and script approval. This military Hollywood alliance isn't new, it's policy. For decades, filmmakers trade access for influence. War films serve as recruitment ads in disguise. Studies show the same imbalance off-screen. The Pew Research Center found nearly half of Iraq war coverage focused on American troops. Iraqi civilian stories were almost invisible. Political scientists call it the body bag effect. Empathy that is only measured in American lives. Groups like Air Wars found US reports of civilian deaths far below independent estimates. When others' suffering disappears, war starts to look clean and justified. The film assumes moral clarity. America saves, others threaten. History says otherwise. World War II was the exception. Fought after attack, but the myth of righteous intervention lives on. 2 decades later, Netflix revisited Mogadishu, with Ridley Scott again attached. This time, Somali voices appear, but are still not the focus, almost like decoration. No independent historians, no Somali academics, just veterans, and a story drawn from one soldier's book. It feels less like correction and more like control, a way to protect the same myth in a new format. Meanwhile, most Somalis who lived it will never have the camera, the publisher, or the platform to tell what really happened. Scott's return means the narrative never left his hands. The same director repeating the same blind spots. When Hollywood tells war stories, it usually tells them from the cockpit, never from the ground. And when it does touch the ground, the view is still controlled, still one-sided. Black Hawk Down does show courage, but it doesn't tell the whole story. Worse, it hides the consequences of American actions on innocent people who never asked to be part of that story. Both Black Hawk Down and its Netflix retelling claim realism, yet neither truly lets Somalia speak for itself. America can play the hero because it owns the cameras, the budgets, and the memory. Its soldiers return home to book deals and talk shows. Its victims, if they survive, are almost never heard. Until those voices are finally given space and aren't controlled, based on a true story, will keep meaning based on one side of it.